Hey, Mark Meldrum, Northern Ohio Chevelle Club. It's February 4th, and the president of the Northern Ohio Chevelle Club is still Joe Desmont. He didn't get impeached today. It's great. So happy about that. And the treasurer is still Pat Umstead. The vice president is still Jerry Laukowski. And the secretary is still Mark Meldrum right here. The secretary, even though it's not a voted on position, is Donna Petrelos, but she helps me like crazy. But anyway, little humor today as we move through all these wonderful entries. Look at that. 9 more entries come in this week. So your midweek report. So I thought I'd kind of go through that with you again. It was kind of fun last week. Look at this. Sharon Wassard from, where's she from? Felton, PA. She was our woohoo girl of the year last year. She showed the most woohoo-ness. And if you want to know what woohoo-ness is, you're going to have to come to our show. And Kim Fisher is the chief woohooer. And she's got quite a gang, let me tell you. She is all about spirit for the Chevelle community. And that's great. And Sharon did ask me, can I send her a membership application? So I'll get that emailed out to you, Sharon. Look at this. Tanya Woodford, Mike and Tanya, they're coming to the show. Got somebody from Wilmington, Delaware coming from the show. They don't have a return address on that. Michael Colson from Wynn Ridge, PA. Mr. Decker from Wayland, Ontario. Another Canadian entry. Thank you for sending U.S. funds as I had requested. Mr. Cadero from down in Colson, Ohio, I believe it is. Robert Knotz from Bethel Park, PA. And Robert, he was one of our swap meet vendors last year, and he wants the same spot. So you got it. We'll give you the same spot. Mr. Ron Miller, he's coming from Irwin, PA. Well, it says Ron Miller. I thought that was Scott. That was Scott's entrance. He's come. Scott Miller's come to the show too. And Gene Chaz from Buffalo, New York. You better believe he'll be there with his beautiful 67 Chevelle as always. And he thinks he can beat these LS motors, but we'll have a thing to teach him about LS motors this year. But anyway, the other reason I mention our board is that elections are coming up. So this next meeting coming up here in February, in a couple weeks at the train station in Medina, we will take nominations for president, vice president, secretary, and treasurer. So I don't know. If you're interested in doing this job, more power to you. I'm telling you, it takes a few hours of my time, at least an hour of my time almost every day. But I'm dealing with all these entries right now, and we're down to 68 more spots left. So 68 more spots, and we call it quits. We're at 132. It's going to be a great show. I can remember a few years when we only had 132 cars or less come to the show. So the more the merrier. We got a call from a guy in Topeka, Kansas this week. And boy, does he have a special surprise for us. I shouldn't let it out of the bag, but I'm gonna, because it was just so interesting. I just got off the phone with one of our members, Gary Webb, and I was telling him this guy took this brand new Camaro and he turned it into his vision of a 1970 Chevelle. So I've seen pictures and illustrations of what a 70 Chevelle, kind of 2020 Chevelle would look like, 50 years later. And I think this idea of taking a newer Camaro and turning it into a 70 Chevelle is pretty cool. And it's going to be at our show from what I understand. So should be cool. That's it for your midweek report. Mark Meldrum, Northern Ohio Chevelle Club. See ya.